Tonight, extensive bleeding caused by a severe beating. Those are the findings from an independent autopsy ordered by the family of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols, who died after his arrest in Memphis, Tennessee. Police say Nichols was pulled over for reckless driving on January 7th and tried to flee the scene before a, quote, confrontation occurred. Well, that confrontation, according to attorneys for Nichols' family, was him being beaten nonstop for 3 minutes. They've seen the footage of the arrest. Police say Nichols later complained of shortness of breath and was taken to the hospital. He died there 3 days later. All 5 Memphis police officers involved, who are Black, have been fired, but the community is demanding more transparency.
We pay for these cameras. We want to see what is going on.
We want the footage now. We want to know, are we really employing people that think it's okay to beat the out of folks?
Out front now, Antonio Romanucci, an attorney representing the Nichols family. Tony, people in the community are demanding to see the police footage, which the DA says could be released in days. Now, you've seen it, and you were able to watch it with Nichols' family. And you say it showed 3 minutes of, quote, nonstop beating. Sounds absolutely horrific. Can you tell us more about what's on that footage?
Well, Erin, as I said, what we have to start from the top. This was the result of a traffic stop, which turned into a death. And so now we've got to put the pieces together as to why this happened. And what we do know from what we saw, that in the time that Tyre was in the custody, who's in the control, in the custody of these officers for about a 3 to 3.5 minute time period, he was severely beaten. And as I've said, our independent medical examiner said that his injuries are consistent with a severe beating. And that's what happened for those 3.5 minutes. I mean, his bleeding was so deep, the hemorrhaging was deep, that it's only consistent with that type of physical contact that those officers made.
I'd have to watch that for 3 minutes with his family. It's just the horror. And I know, unfortunately, well, fortunately for transparency, but obviously it's going to be hard for everyone to watch. That will hopefully be released soon. Did the video, Tony, give you any clarity, the family any clarity about why? Right? You talk about a traffic stop. This is how this started. Did the video give you any clarity about why police would start to use such force?
So I'm going to answer it in 2 ways, Erin. The first answer is no. The video will not tell you why. But let's take a step back and understand who these police officers were. They were all young police officers, relatively inexperienced, 2 years to about 5 years of experience each. They were all part of the Scorpion unit. The Scorpion unit is, you can call it whatever name you want. They've had other names all over the country. What they really are saturation units, suppression type units. And what we've seen from these type of units across the country, and they've been disbanded before, is that they typically perform pretextual stops in order to prevent crime. Well, what are they really trying to do? Well, they're trying to find guns and stolen cars, but they wind up stopping innocent people, and they wind up using brute force to do it. So does the video tell us why it happened? No.
Well, the U.S. attorney investigating Nichols' death in the press conference today said there's a criminal civil rights investigation going on, but it's going to take time. What does the family want to see?
Well, the family wants nothing but the absolute most charge that they can bring, and what they want are murder charges. There's no doubt they want to see that. That I can relate to. The family is quite clear that they want to see murder charges brought against these officers, and I would support those charges if they can be brought.
Tony, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Erin.